I have a shirt in my Amazon cart that says it's weird being the same age as old people. So I feel some days. I'm like, look at that old guy. And they're like, he's your age. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, but it's just, I mean, at least
Attitude,
when
though.
what'd you say?
Age is kind of an attitude sometimes.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, yeah.
It is, but your body also starts to hurt more when you get older.
Yeah, the hangovers
The,
last longer.
yeah, the mental part is definitely attitude. There are some physical aspects. Done bun can't be undone, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do.
Like, I almost said that to somebody today. And they were like, can you add me to, I don't know, some Outlook group or something? And I was like, and I responded back. I was like, yep, it's done. And then I was like, can't be. And I was like, nope, nope, nope. Delete it. You can't write done without wanting to finish that sentence. Like I said, I've been doing that since I read this the first time in like the 90s. So I guess we're starting. So, hey, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Uh, yeah, it's one of my favorites. Do I say that about every book?
Yeah.
Feels like it.
Well, I guess we're reading all my favorites. That's part of the. That's kind of how this started. So when you get to pick, they're all your favorites. But this is one of my like desert island books. Um,
I mean,
and I was
even if
getting a
you
little,
go ahead,
good.
sorry.
I was getting a little uncomfortable with all the stupid, um, I guess, political aspects that are much more relevant than they probably were last time I read them. They were like, oh, geez. But now we're kind of that's kind of taking a back seat into Ralph's whole holy crap, what the fuck is going on? Um, so
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
glad
there
it's.
could be more of that in part 3 or part 4. Where are we now? Whatever, in the next part.
Well, I don't
But
mean that we moved past it, but we're not, I guess, as focused on it at
yeah,
the
that's
moment.
what I was gonna say. It's not really the point of the story.
Yeah, it's an aspect of it, but not the focal point.
Yeah, it's just kind of like the issue that he picks to have sides on. Because there's always going to be two sides. So he's like, okay, what are they fighting over?
Well, and it's also something that's like divisive enough to make people commit violent crimes, you know.
Yeah, he's usually not political like that. It's weird, right?
Well, not it, I mean, he is personally, I guess not in his stories that I know of.
Yeah, I was kidding. He's very political all the time.
Okay, yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it's things are getting strange out there in Kansas. So,
Yeah, I like the
what do you
way
guys get?
I was just gonna say the way that they're split up. I think that is really well done because it's just like very like lots of good information and then like good cliffhanger of like, oh my god, just when we were getting to the next action part.
I know. It's like action storytelling, information gathering, action. What did the two guys call it? World building. Some stuff you have to know to appreciate what's going on.
And of course, I loved all of the Dark Tower references. Like, I just can't help it. I'm like, ooh, how
Oh God,
exciting!
Part three is the Crimson King. How is this not a Dark Tower movie?
Right? It feels like it is.
Well, that's kind of why we went here first. And that's why I was like, this is like the stepchild of the Dark Tower series. It's not quite, and like the Stand kind of is too, but that like it is and it isn't. It is because he made it after the fact, but it really has nothing. If you could read that standalone and not ever hear the Dark Tower and be fine for the rest of your life, and I'm sure plenty of people have actually done that.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's really, I guess, aside from Flag or whoever he is, I think he's Flag there, right? Um, there's not
In what?
much Dark Tower in the Stand.
Oh yeah, that's where he came from. That's the general
Um,
store across from Dicert's. There's a Dicer.
I remember. I see the picture. Wait, no, is it across from Dyson? At least the one.
The little
I
red
don't know.
store flags something.
Yeah, it's like a kitchen store or something.
Yeah, it's across from something. I can't remember.
Automotive or something.
Yeah, But this is more of a Dark Tower book than that is. Like that is because after 15 years later, he said, "Hey, let's use the same guy and like make him this guy too." So,
exactly, yeah.
but other than that, it's not. It's not really a Dark Tower book. This
one is.
Yeah, I mean, part 3 is called The Crimson Kings. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say it's probably directly connected here at some point. I just haven't figured out what the hell these doctors have to do with the tower and how they fit in and all that. So that means we can talk about all the stuff we can't talk about once you get to it. Like,
Which is what?
well, I don't know. I guess he gave it away finally, but like Jesus Christ, he spends half the chapter saying, "How's he gonna kill these people?" And it's like, I mean, you met him at the airport on like page 1. Come on, figure it out.
I mean, honestly, I didn't put that together either.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So he goes places. I don't know.
And well, yeah, I don't know. There's much he doesn't know right now, except for the big secret. And she may be pissed off when she finds out at this point.
Why?
All this was for him? Are you kidding me?
I mean, it's pretty important. Without him, Roland wouldn't get to make it and start all over.
Right. Without him, he wouldn't get to repeat and do it all fucking over again. Yeah.
Honestly, reading The Tower first makes me appreciate saving Patrick a lot more. Because when I read it without knowing who he was, I was like, what do I care? Let him, like, I don't think it matters that much.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
It is interesting because I noticed, so he wrote this in 94, and he finished The Tower like basically 10 years later. So it's like he has some offshoots in here that I don't think he ever followed up on about Crimson King and stuff like and Tower stuff and some of the stuff the doctors say, and I'm like, oh really? But he never revisits that line of, should we ask Allie if she's okay or what?
Yeah, maybe.
I'll send it, I guess, to the group. Right?
Yeah. If I leave, there's a chance that it will make me re-sign in, but that's fine too.
Oh, well, because you're on your phone.
Yeah.
I got a pretty creepy Netflix series as soon as I remember the name of it. It's a girl whose family takes in a girl that was in a home and she was getting her ass beat, and they turned out to be devil worshippers, and she's got all kind of weird shit, and things just aren't what they seem necessarily.
Is it new?
Oh, no, let me look at my tablet since we may not be doing the podcast today either. Shit. She never did answer when I said 1:30. I was a little worried about that, but I figured if 1 was okay, she would at least answer for 1:30, right?
Yeah.
But she answered for 1.
I would not assume. Yeah, I would have assumed the same thing.
Well, right. Guess I shouldn't assume anything, but I was hoping maybe I should put it that way. But then she didn't answer, so now I'm like, hey. She's like, sorry, my dog blew up. Or right now, she has cats, right? It's always the cats.
And she has a dog.
Oh, she has a dog
She might
too?
have a cat too, but she has.
I know she has a cat because that's what's always distracted her.
Oh yeah. Well, she definitely has a dog because I know it's named Katie. Or unless what she did when I used to. She used
Right?
to.
One of Michelle's best friends, Heather, that she's known for like 100 years. I don't think you've ever met her.
No, but I've heard about her.
Right, she's been dating this guy for like 2 years. So he wasn't feeling right on Tuesday. And he was dead by Thursday.
Oh my god.
It's pretty crazy. He had an aortic tear in his fucking heart. Like he was getting it sounded like stroke symptoms. Like he was like numb and something else. He drove himself to the hospital and they put him in a coma and he never woke up.
Oh my god.
Right. Like, Doc, my arm hurts. They're like, all right, hope you made all your plans.
Jesus.
It's something about the blood clots that were caused by the tear, and I can see how that's related. Was they're gonna first it was they was gonna lose his leg, and then yeah, he never woke up. His they couldn't get his acidity back under control, which I don't really know what that means.
Hello, I'm
I don't know.
sorry.
Hey,
Welcome.
I
just make
somehow
sure
missed the text.
you
What'd
what?
you say?
No, I somehow missed the text for the recording.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
Yeah,
oh, I
so
forgot the question mark. It looks like I was demanding you were okay. Um, it's all good. Well, see, now I'm on Netflix, so I have to like see if I can find that show I just watched.
We
Of course,
watched,
it's
go ahead.
uh,
I watched a new movie on Netflix last night, Damsel. I don't know if you've seen the trailer
I think
for
I've
that.
seen it.
It's got Billy Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown? I don't know.
Millie
Whatever.
Bobby
From,
Brown.
Millie,
yeah,
11.
from Stranger Things. And it's like, it's supposed to be, like takes place in like there's a dragon and everything, so it's like that era, but it very much is just a horror movie. I loved it.
I literally hit movies and it's playing a preview of it now.
Yeah, that's how I watched it because it just started playing the preview and I was like, all right, why not?
I don't know. Yeah. 1500 is horror, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's about trying not to die. Well,
Oh yeah, she
if you
looks.
watch
Oh
it,
yeah, that is her. That's totally her. Wow, I didn't even recognize her.
hmm
She looks all like womanly instead of 11y.
yeah, and
Um,
she's badass, so it's a good movie.
this show is just not going to show up again. It was Netflix, right? Hey Google, what's the TV show about the girl who escaped from the devil worshippers?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Devil in Ohio.
Wait.
That's what
Oh,
it is.
I don't
isn't
know,
that a
but I found these
documentary?
results on search.
It is not, as a matter of
Oh.
fact. I wasn't sure, and I just let it play while I was doing something else, and then I had to stop doing something else because it turned out not to be a documentary at all. So check that out. That was interesting. Anyway,
I'll have to do it.
hi, welcome to Going 19 episode something something. 103, I think. We have passed into triple digits.
Exciting.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
This
not
is
really, actually. We talk a lot.
right. That's not usually an issue. What is this? 2 years, Amber? Or is it 3? Wait, it's 2 years, right? Or is it 3
No, I
years?
think
I'm not
it's
even sure.
3
Is it 3?
because
Good God.
I think it's
Allie,
3 for you guys and maybe 2 for me.
that's what I
No,
was
you
about to
only
say,
missed
yeah.
one book.
But it was
Well,
about a year because she joined in May-ish or June, I can't remember.
damn, did we do that whole book for you did it? No, we did it with Allie though,
We
right?
started it without her.
Like the
I
first
think,
part.
yeah, I think you did the first part without me, and then I know you read 1122 without me.
We also, I don't know if we did a podcast, but we did the Stand By Me, the body. I think we did, right?
I think
We
that
did
was fun.
we did like actually we did that kind of cool because we did like part of the podcast and then went and watched the movie and then finished the podcast.
Yeah.
And I think we went to do that with what was the movie that was not gone? Pet Cemetery, I think. And then we saw the movie and we're like, nope, not doing that.
No.
I think it was Pet Cemetery.
Or Firestarter.
Well, no, that before that one. That was the second one. There was one before that that was the movie Who Shall Not Be Named. Now it's that one. Can't believe she left with Wayne Bird. What kind of nonsense was that? Okay, so we are doing chapter 2, right? Or part 2, sorry.
All of part 2.
Right. Up to not, yeah, I was telling Michelle, like, wow, it's an upside down world. Like, we didn't read enough. Amber read too much. Like, what's going on?
I must have been checked
Um,
out at the end of the previous podcast because I wrote down whatever I wanted to write down.
Apparently, because I mean, because I had just before we, what was that last Monday? I had just listened to it because I was doing the episodes, breaking it up. And it literally says, half and half. I'm like, okay. So I guess you just said fuck that and wrote down what you felt like. Right? So I mean, now we can talk about moving through floors. So where were you again?
I
Where did
don't
we leave
remember
off?
the comment that I was making.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
was saying something about how he was comparing it to the tower. I'm like, that's not exactly what Roland going up the tower was like at all.
Yeah. Well, you would mention something how like he had said it was like going up an elevator,
Right.
but it even the flash that Ralph got was he was like, that's not an elevator.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it Ralph that saw like the outside staircase, the locked door and all that? Was that Ralph?
Yeah, like the field of roses and the
Mhm.
outside of the tower and the curving windows going up.
I feel like I got all towery in this section, but just with a bunch of Easter eggs for no reason. Everything started turning. It didn't help the story necessarily at all, but everything started becoming a tower reference.
Yeah, I was like, this is definitely like just another tower book. Like it does
Yeah.
stand on its own, but you know.
Well, I'll put it this way, and I think maybe we just said that it does stand on its own, but it makes more sense if you've read the tower or are going to read it.
It also
Yeah.
no spoilers, but it makes it more compelling if you read the tower first.
Right. I said makes more sense. So that's what I meant. You'll care more if you know it's actually why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. We already read the tower. We're not supposed to do that kind of stuff anymore.
I mean, it is
But
a
everything
podcast
leads back to the
about
tower.
the tower. Sorry, what?
Say again.
Oh, I think we were saying the same thing where everything leads back to the tower.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I believe that falls under all things serve the beam, right?
Exactly.
Get that. I need that somewhere.
I have a necklace that says it.
I believe though, or yeah, from someone who shall not be named in public. I guess, right?
No, I bought it for myself.
Oh. Oh, you got a clock or a map or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't believe I don't have a tattoo. I should totally get the Dark Tower tattoo.
I never thought about that.
I don't even know where to put it though.
Your entire
Where?
big back piece of Roland and Eddie and Jake and
You could. There's like I mean, you could if you really wanted to. You could make that the whole back sleeve type thing. There's a lot of artwork there.
Yep.
I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm just going with the K and the A.
Yeah, speaking of which, Ka is obviously mentioned again.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, Ka, what you call? Wait, what did he say? What you call something? We call Ka
Freedom of choice.
something.
I'm looking at
weird,
it
yeah.
now. He says it's simply what you call freedom of choice is part of what we call Ka, the great wheel of being.
Where did we actually leave off here? Wait a minute. So, Ralph went into the tunnel. Oh, that's so far long ago. I don't even really know what that means anymore.
Well, that means he's accepting that the visions are going to be there a lot more. And
he found
he's in it.
So, okay. Oh, remember the fire at the Black Spot, Faye? Easter egg.
I didn't catch that.
But somebody's talking to Faye. Doc Mulhare watching the chessboard with glum concentration. And is it me since I've seen these black bugs mentioned many times in this part? Now I can't think of anything but Dr. Bugs when he says it.
Same.
Yeah.
Because of like the context, and they're always like in the brain eating shit. And like I still can't figure out if they're good or bad. I really don't. I mean, I guess it's bad if you're the person getting eaten, right?
Yeah.
But they're almost like they healed Roland. Was it? Did they heal Roland? Yeah, they did, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? I
And
think
the
the
other guy in the tent, like they were healing people so that the sister,
vampires
like,
could eat them.
Yeah.
Well, all things serve the meme, I guess, right?
But wasn't that like the bugs are part of them or something?
Somehow they were, but they
They're
were also
connected.
scared of the bugs because didn't
Yeah.
the bugs eat one of them, and that's how he got away or something? Because he had the rogue sister.
I don't even remember at this point.
Yeah, that story is a little bit of a blur.
Anyway, so they remind me of Dr. Bugs. And so yeah, I mean, I guess we know what Ed's up to at this point.
Yeah.
Um, and I can't really. It's one of my favorite scenes when at the end of the book. But anyway, so I guess Ed. So I mean, we met this guy coming out of the airport road, and didn't Ralph figure out that the only reason to be back there was like the maintenance shed or pilot lessons, right? Something like that.
Flight school, yeah.
So I mean, we kind of know where this is going, and now it went there because he's wearing a kamikaze bandana apparently, which is a little uncomfortable. But he did write this before 9/11, so I wonder what he thinks of that now.
I did not put that together.
Which part? The plane? Oh God, you had no idea? Really?
The entire time I was just thinking bomb. But kamikaze flight into the Civic Center makes a whole lot more sense now.
Yeah, I was saying that before you joined the podcast. It wasn't really that obvious to me at all. I didn't think of it because Ed's crazy. He just be doing things, like.
Well, I mean,
so yes, kamikaze. You think kamikaze pilots from World War II, but I mean
that's the first thing I think.
But like the bombers in the Middle East who blow them, run into a crowd and blow themselves up while blowing everyone else up.
Yeah, but kamikaze conveys specifically airplane and crashing and blowing things up.
Yeah.
Like if you say kamikaze, I'm picturing a Japanese plane going into a, American battleship or something.
True.
So
yeah, I just did not put that together.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe it's generational because I'm slightly closer to World War II than you guys are, I guess.
I only picture it because of Family Guy, so.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm standing outside the Park Barrington Hotel. So that wasn't what my point was, but so why is Ed still alive? I mean, I guess the why's easy, but what's going on here? Like,
we learned a lot in this part, and one thing we learned is that well, I mean, we kind of already knew this, but there are forces that are kind of helping both sides here.
Yeah, and so the force for good, I'm gonna say, for lack of a better word, decided the two old people was the best weapon against this.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if they have lightning bolts that are hurting, what's his name, Atropos, then imagine what like a 25-year-old lightning bolt would be like. My God. And I like how he's like, so it's like an ocean, and he's like, no, Ralph. Each person is an ocean. I'm like, oh God.
I am glad that they specified that because I was like, are you are you vampires or what?
Yeah, because I was thinking the same thing he was. Like, oh, that can't be good, right? And they're like, we do it all the time. It's no thing. And even if it was an ocean, go ahead.
It's also weird to me. I was gonna go on a different thought that the insomnia or the insomnia effect that they're doing should be killing them, but seems to be making them younger and healthier, at least physically.
Well, that part at least makes sense now, right? It's the R's they're feeding on or whatever they're doing.
Right. That's true. But is it
Because
making them feel less tired, or they still feel mentally exhausted?
I think the whole point of them is to feel like you got fucking, 15 hours of sleep, right?
Okay. I wasn't
Like
sure.
they refresh you. I wish, hell, I don't know. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to sleep, but other times I really look forward to it. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. But like if you're, takes me back to my drug fueled days when I had to go to work in an hour and I still hadn't been to sleep yet. Like, yep, just sip a little aura, you'll be all right.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah,
Right.
right. Or like when I'm falling asleep, at the end of the day, and I got shit to do.
Little afternoon
Um,
aura snack.
yeah, who needs afternoon tea for a caffeine shot? I got a little aura pie, little aura cakes. It's a whole line of product. Made a fortune. People probably get addicted to it because they make you feel so damn good. Anyway, so I guess, but I don't know. Why did they have to lose sleep to go? So I guess my take, because I just read like the last like 50 pages at the gym this morning. So this is mostly about the doctors and whatever they are. For like, I'm gonna say doctor for lack of a better. They're clearly not doctors, but they have manipulated this from the beginning. So Ralph's like, I don't think he's angry enough. And
Yeah.
they're still manipulating why they're telling while Ralph is figuring out that they're being manipulated, they're still manipulating him at the time he's figuring that out. These guys are dicks. I don't
Well,
care if they're like the machine, just what do they say, a cog in the wheel or whatever. What the? And they still don't know what's going on.
yeah.
They have to
Kinda do.
stop Susan without going anywhere near Ed or Atropos, and good luck. Yeah,
You mean Lois and Ralph don't know what's going on?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, like, yeah, they don't know the reasons behind anything. They never, like, they tricked him. Like you said, they took him down a bunch of side paths, and then it was too late to keep talking about it before they knew what happened. And that's what I mean. Like holy shit, time was flying by, and by the time he figured it out, they had already lost a like day and a half.
Right.
And then they couldn't
Yeah.
help themselves. Like at that point, I'd have been like, okay, bye. Like send me a note or something, because by the time they get out of the meeting, now it's rush. Now it's, oh my god, it's almost here. And he said something about when we did that yesterday, and I thought it was like a month ago. I forget what part that was. I was like, holy crap, that was yesterday. So much is like happening. He always does that. He builds forever, and then all of a sudden, bam, here we go.
Yeah.
Because they,
That's what.
yeah,
Oh no, I was just gonna say that's what I said. There's so much that happened in this section. Well, so much we learned. I don't know if there's a lot that happened yet.
yeah, it's one of those conversation type parts.
Yeah.
Or you have the action parts and the conversation parts. Give the backstory parts and all that. I like to, and yeah, I can't see your hands. Ed had a death bag. It all makes sense now.
So when
Now, how about?
you, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I forgot about that too, because Lois tried to help someone, right?
Bill, and he was dying,
Yeah. And she
and
like,
she like stuck her hands in him or something,
yeah.
and she freaked. She was like, I don't know, mentally screaming at Ralph or something.
I thought that was, I mean, I know her hand went in him, but I thought that was mostly because they were like on that other plane of existence. So
Well, at
like,
the time, so did I. Go ahead, sorry.
well, because we were, I can't see your hands, Dora saying that to Ralph when he touched Ed because he has a death bag, but that also means Dora has to see it Laura's too.
Oh, he definitely. I mean, they keep
He
talking
was,
about how crazy he is. I haven't seen that guy as crazy yet. He knows things.
oh yeah.
I'm not sure he's even a short timer because he's what, like 100 some years old or something, or he's long time for a short timer, maybe.
Maybe.
Uh, so I mean, yeah, from the beginning, like I don't know, it's kind of like Ed though. Ed was so nice. Like, well, we never met Nice Ed. I never knew that guy. Like, they keep talking about how Door's crazy, but I guess he's just, clearly he's not. Everything he said to me makes perfect sense the entire time. So I don't know why they even think. I guess they don't know anything about the tower. Maybe that's why they think he's crazy. He's just old. Door's the one that gave him the. Yeah, because Door gave him the book, and everything I do, I rush into the next thing, and I don't mess in long time business, but he does. I just don't know what his. Who does he talk to?
Maybe the doctor.
Maybe.
Are the doctor, but the doctor, it didn't, I wasn't sure if it didn't seem like they were the ones. Like, are they the ones that told Door to put the mace in his pocket?
Right. I don't know.
I
I don't
don't think
think.
we know that.
I think that's above their rank.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
I don't know if they have that kind of permission access.
So maybe that's who Door's talking to.
It's whatever the right is. Door talking straight to the, I don't know, turtle, I guess, or
Yeah.
maybe the
I
turtle
guess
like rolled
so.
over and farted, and he's talking to the fart or something. Because the turtle, I think, is dead. I don't know anymore. Um,
If this
that's what I
is
was saying.
after
Yeah.
it,
Oh, it definitely is, and there's parts in here that like reinforce that.
yeah.
So I just found the part where Lois touches McGovern's death bag, which is a weird thing to say.
I've heard it called a lot of things.
I'm gonna skip around a little bit. Ralph saw her fingers plunge into the murk which surrounded him and then slide into him. Her aura changed at once. Lois screamed and pulled her hand back. The expression on her face was a mixture of terror and loathing. She screamed again, blah, 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 blah. Lois continued to struggle, telling him how awful it had been, how he'd been rotting, that there were things inside him eating him alive, and that was bad enough, but it wasn't the worst. Those things were aware, they were bad, and they had known she was there. So that's why she was freaking out.
Dr. Bugs.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. If that's the things. So those bugs are, if they're eating him alive, those are not the doctor bugs.
Well, they're eating the cancer, and there's nothing of him left once they do that. I guess maybe I don't know. I made that up, but it sounds good.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I
that
don't
the
know. Maybe
cancer
this is
that
not.
she's feeling? That doesn't make. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's the impression I got when Ralph talks about after the fact how Lois already felt it or something when Bill was dying,
But no, what does she
implying when
mean?
she,
How would
uh,
the cancer be aware that she was there?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't. Dr. Bugs. That, that's the only thing I got. I don't. I mean, the cancer would not know she was there, obviously. So it has to be something else. I don't know.
Didn't it, Bill didn't die of cancer, did he? Wasn't it a heart attack?
Yeah, some
That's
kind of heart.
also a good point. Bill didn't have cancer. That was Jimmy that had the cancer. So
Yeah.
wait a minute. So what was it eating, and what did it? It was just
It
the
says
death
if
bugs working on the getting
there were
them
things
dead.
inside him eating him alive.
Because
Those
his cord
things
had
were
been cut, right?
aware and they were bad and they known she was there.
And they were bad.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Why are they bad?
They're eating him alive. Whatever she's present sensing is what's killing him, is my interpretation of that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Those are not the doctor bugs then.
They're the heart attack bugs.
You're right. They're the death bag bugs. Because
But they're
didn't
not
she saw the
necessarily. Good.
They don't have to be the same bugs.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying why are they bad? Like they're not the ones that cut the cord. They're just doing what they were instructed to do when he cut the cord, right?
Well, maybe they're all connected because she said they had known she was there. If they were just doing what they were told, they wouldn't care.
Like a hive mind.
Right.
Um, yeah, I still don't know.
It's just my interpretation is that it's this presence that can manifest in bugs or in evil that is killing people, I guess. Well, yeah, because McGovern was random. So, but is that evil? I don't know.
McGovern, yeah, and how terrifying is that this guy with his fucking rusty scalpel he just decide, you know what, you've been part of the purpose, but up until now, but I don't really like that idea. And can he like?
It's a very Stephen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But
God,
it's a very Stephen King way to explain random phenomena in the universe. Like, well, it's not just random. There's a little bald doctor out there who's deciding these things.
I love the four elements of existence for something random and purpose. Like you put them both in there. It's like, well, you're right. Sometimes it's random and sometimes it's not. Like, oh, you son of a bitch. You like explained it away without explaining a goddamn thing.
Exactly.
I forget what were the other two? I feel like constant and earth, air, random purpose or something.
Earth, air, fire, water.
Yeah. Well,
And the
tomatoes.
fire nation attacked.
I was gonna say that.
What'd you say?
It's
Avatar.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's like everything was
Wow.
in harmony until the Fire Nation attacked.
Right. Everybody's got a plan until they get hit in the face. I think should Ralph tell Lois about the earrings? Does Lois know about the earrings?
I don't know how she couldn't have put that together.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. Or
On
if
the
she
one
doesn't
hand,
know that he has something, she has to assume that he's tried to grab or has grabbed. Like even if she doesn't know what it is.
I mean, I think she's proven already that he's underestimated her, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't. And when she asked about the hat, no, Ralph. When she said, "Does he have anything of Ralph's?" Like, I almost feel like she asked that because she saw her own damn earrings, but she didn't. I don't know. I think she
Either
might
that
know.
or when she saw him grab the item, I can't remember what it was. Was it
The
Wiser?
comb or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
Weiser's comb.
So those two together, that's what I'm saying. She has to have assumed that he's grabbed something of hers by now.
Well, he knows he did. What do you mean?
She has to have
Oh,
assumed,
she.
Lois.
Yeah. Does he have to take a souvenir? Seems like he does. Or is he just do? Is that just?
I think
I
that's
don't know.
how
Like
he
a serial killer.
decides who's gonna die.
He takes your thing and then he cuts your cord.
Well,
Does he?
maybe
Did he
you're
cut
right.
Weiser's cord?
Maybe he needs an item to cut the cord, so he takes the item and then whenever he's ready is when he does it. So you're not dead until he actually cuts the cord.
It's like a pre-planned stage one.
Yeah.
Steal something like a voodoo doll. Take something personal. Yeah, but then again, uh,
It was the
the
opposite with Rosie, though. He cut her cord and then he took the bandana.
I thought he had the bandana from like the beginning.
Uh-uh.
Mm.
Because
well,
they
he
saw
definitely had that
him
hat
take
first.
the bandana off of her.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I don't
He
know.
definitely had Bill's hat before he cut the cord, right? Maybe we just
Yeah.
didn't see the cord cut yet. I'm not sure. Or the balloon string. I don't like saying cut the cord. Um, but yeah, like the conversation with them two made it seem like he could only like cut cords of people that weren't assigned to the purpose. So, but it sure seems like he decided to cut Bill's cord because Ralph fucked with him. So that's almost two
Yeah, but
different.
if he had Bill's hat from early on, Like I think he had the hat before he was even aware of Ralph.
Well, I was thinking that
Right.
too. So I think Ralph might be wrong. Bill was just part of the. Bill was undesignated, and
He
like
could
this
have
little
just
fucker's running around Derry like one here and one there, and one like. I don't know. Imagine him and Pennywise getting together. Jesus.
All right. That is the end of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.